Well, hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Cakerins and we're having a great time playing Final Fantasy 16. If you're new to this channel, I am a gamer that plays story-based games. Usually they're going to be single-person games. Anything with a story, that's where I'm going to be, and we're loving this story of Final Fantasy 16. We're at a point, actually, where there's just more side quests that we need to do. We've had a confrontation with Barnabas. Jill and Clive recently had some little, intimate experiences on the beach. We did a couple side quests that actually gave us important upgrades. We've upgraded our potion capacity to the max, and now we've got a new sword. We actually have, oh my goodness, why is my brain not functioning? Ragnarok is the name that they gave the sword, which is kind of interesting that they used that. Yeah, so as I was looking at the world map, there's tons of side quests everywhere. So that's where we're going to start the game today. And who knows, maybe we'll have an opportunity to do some monster hunts too. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have some fun doing it. So thank you. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. You can also become a member. So one of the new things that I'm doing now is members are going to have early access to the videos when I make them go live. So if you want to be one of the first persons to see the video, then by all means, make sure that you're a member of the channel. But enough of that. I think it's time for us to play the game. So I know I'm ready, and I think you're ready. So let's go. New quest available in the reports as well. So now there's one more quest that's available here, of all things. So the infirmary is where the story continues. That is not where we're gonna go. But we are going to venture over here because it looks like there might be a quest available right before we go anywhere. So let's take a look. We might also have some gifts available to us. Gifts are always good, right? It's always good to receive some free gifts from our sponsors.
How may I help you today, Clive?
Listen to the patron's whisper.
Come to claim your just desserts?
A fitting performance. Okay, very good. We'll take that.
Here you are.
We got 2,500 ability points, which is always fantastic. Looks like there's only 3 more of these, which is going to be great for us. So how many ability points do we have then? Let's see. We have 3,349. Woo, woo, woo. I've never upgraded these things. This, though, is upgraded. Maybe one of these days I should upgrade. Oh, why is this 3,000 to upgrade? Maybe I should do that. That's the most I've seen one of these cost to upgrade. Let's do it. I know that there's going to be another icon that we can get right there. But I think I want to do this because we've never mastered one of these before. Like over here, it's the shifting is what gets upgraded in addition to the Master Flames of Rebirth. This one, though, I think I want to master this. Let's just do it. So I wonder if this now means that it's going to temporarily freeze time longer or something. All right. Slide effortlessly across the ground in any direction. Attacking with the circle while sliding can temporarily freeze time. Oh, does that do like a back attack? Like when you go backwards? Look at that. I don't know if you can see it based on where when he dives out of the way, is that one of these diving out of the way things? Magic burst, charged magic, stomp, swift recovery. How do you do this? Use R1 to recover immediately. See, I keep on doing X to jump. Use R2 plus thing to jump to pull the attention of an enemy target. I don't think I've ever done that. Interesting. Okay. That's just the jumping. That's the moving in. Executing a dodge at the right moment. Ooh. Interesting. All right. Very good. Let's come over here. What is this mission?
Actually, look at the list, do you?
View about the Alliant reports. What do we got? Under new management, the whole... Okay, so this is one of the other side quests. So let's just go ahead and do this one then. That's fine. Okay, so we're in Northreach. It's definitely inside. We probably have to talk to the matron, so let's go speak with her. Hello, gentlemen.
There were ghosts at the gates not days
ago. Let's see. Yeah, looks like it's down this way. Is it indeed the matron that needs our support?
Those things I said before about not being
so many were injured.
All right. Isabel, what do you got?
Oh, Clive, what am I to do?
I don't know. You need to tell me.
My wards and I may soon be without a home.
Why?
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders.
Huh.
Second only to his radiance at the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title, the Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold,
Okay.
a foundation upon which to build a new Sambrec. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me. I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly. But for whatever reason, he will not listen to me.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around. Couldn't he use that influence again?
A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke offers them a vision of strength and safety. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men, if it did not cost him his life. Given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be
They're probably not
unavoidable.
happy about all this.
The people have little appetite for further deprivation, least of all when it serves only to elevate others.
And who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke on my behalf?
We can try.
For your services to Northreach. You have the respect of the soldiers, and they will take you to His Eminence if you ask them. And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well, will you try? You could hardly fare any worse than I did.
Of course.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then.
Where is this Duke of Oriflamme?
In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops, yes.
All right. Wish me luck.
Okay, side quest accepted under new management. Let's go. So, he's not far.
I may have met this Duke before, at the remembrance ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
It's the best way. Maybe down this way. All right, what do we have?
Halt. Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you?
Yes,
Got
sir.
some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass, but you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait
Very
here.
good.
I'll go and ask.
Well, this is going to be interesting.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire owes you a debt, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded
Sure I
garrison
am.
will render your services redundant.
No.
Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned, but no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach.
It's not quite what we're looking for.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared. Which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place.
Okay.
With Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plans are already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command.
Oh, come on.
If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government. One whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary, so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely.
Uh-oh.
The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Who is this?
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later.
I'll come back later. That's
Citizens
hilarious.
revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose.
Okay, so let's go talk
Begin
to
with
a few
those on the
people.
other side of the wall.
They look like they're all outside this way. Do, 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 do.
You needn't fret. The creatures
All right, so they're all out here in this square. Here's one.
All right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Oh, him. Not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
Tar bucket, that's great. That's great. I love it. Let's go over this way. I haven't been over this way in quite some time.
I heard the dame got an icon to rid them.
Chocobo keeper.
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, he's in for a rude awakening. We'll do whatever it takes to keep what's ours. Whatever it takes.
Interesting indeed. I'm with them, though. I mean, you can't just because you've got a rank and title mean that you can take things away from people. Especially their livelihood. That's ridiculous.
Why, your stall is as ripe as a...
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place, and with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to
Sod
Oriflamme.
off. I love that word. Just sod off back to Oriflamme. All right, what's
People
next
seem
then?
united enough. What about the soldiers?
Oh, now we got to talk to the soldiers. Okay. Talking. Oh, walking, and talking. Can I go through here? Oh, son of a gun. Son of a fat biscuit. Son of a nutcracker. All right, where are these soldiers at? Let's see, one of them's down there. One of them's down there. Let's go down here first.
Those things I said before about not being afraid. You didn't make...
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well,
he's made lots of enemies
coming in the way he did. I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire is the best way of making sure we're all protected. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
Interesting. Okay. All right, let's go back up this way. Come on, Torgo. Follow me, boy. All right, I think another one is straight across this way.
The creatures have been...
I think, anyways. Do. Cynical soldier.
You're the one who was talking to his eminence.
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate.
He tells me what to do.
What to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie. Not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
All right. You gotta respect a man who's got his family is his first priority. It's a high, respectable core value.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sandbreak is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
So what we have here is definitely a conflict of opinion. Soldiers are just doing their duty. Men and tradespeople and just everyday citizens, they feel like everything's gonna be taken away from them. So now we got to speak with Philippe. Get this person's opinion.
You are embarrassing me.
Sabine, you are embarrassing me. Okay, let's come this way. Have I been over here? Oh, here he is. All right, Philippe.
Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders.
So here's somebody who's also...
But I can't say I agree with him.
Dealing with everything that's happening.
I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right. I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls. So I better go.
So it is interesting when you finally reconcile with what your true highest core value is. I say that all the time. For me, it's family. Family is my highest core value.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
So let's talk to Isabel then. Can I go this way? I don't know if I've ever been down here. It's fun exploring areas that you haven't necessarily been to.
Ah, Clive. How did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
Pause for a long story.
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls. There's no denying that. Though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders, and not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sambrek, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
There's Philippe.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation.
Oh.
Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
But why?
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together, all of us. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
There you go.
Indeed.
All of us, standing together.
Yes.
That has always been Northreach's best hope.
Let's stand together.
And one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, milady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all. Be my guest.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Be my guest. Be my guest. Alrighty. So this was not a fighting quest. This is more just story,
especially
lore.
with men like
Totally
you and
fine.
Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then.
So we might be doing more here in the future. Alright, quest complete. Under new management. Very good. No XP, but we've got some coinage and all that fun stuff. And some XP, which is always a good thing. Okay, so we take a look at our map. This is where we are now. This is where we need to go to continue the main story, but there are side quests galore. So let's just work our way around the map. Let's go over to Martha's Rest. Let's see what Martha has for us. What are some of these? You never know. Sometimes these side quests actually coincide with monster hunts, so we shall see. What you got? What's going on, Martha?
Ah, Clive, I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food.
Sure.
I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As have those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in servitude. But now they're their own masters. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to teach
Absolutely.
them. And if you're wondering why you, well, the wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic around the village.
So we're going
of
to
late.
fight the Akashic on the way to
Wade's
deliver
putting
the
a brave
seeds.
face on it, but I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those concerns with anyone, it's you.
All right.
All right.
Thanks. Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to. There. That should be enough to keep them in Gazal Greens for a few years at least.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Gazal Greens.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast, and they fill a hole. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost.
That's true.
Chocobos love them too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet,
We
I
all
mean
got to
all
put
of
ourselves
us.
together.
They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right, and they're just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he don't, well, I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
Quest accepted. Rekindling the Flame 2. So this is where we got to go over to there. 519 yards away. Wait a minute. I meant to do this. Okay, so where do we need to go? We need to go this way. Rekindling the Flames. All right, so we could go through the green sheaths, but we could also just travel here. So let's travel here. All right. All right, Wade.
Ah, Lord Rossfield, what brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery
Seeds.
from Martha.
These are Gazal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings, then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed. Only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers
Okay.
had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
Something's gonna happen.
It's closing in. They're coming, Sir Wade. All of them.
Damn it all. I thought we'd have more time.
Well, let's
Gather the men in
go.
a square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
Akashic. A veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardians might be able to defend the village, but...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape through, but I fear that's rather an enormous if.
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not die, fighting for their lives.
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Do they not wish to see Eastpool saved?
Right.
Though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians. What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
Right.
You're right, my lord. I will appeal to them.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go on an adventure.
My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
Come on. Stand up for yourselves.
You would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared.
Oh, jeez.
And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for.
Come on, Martha.
Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place. Eastpool.
Come on. Stir him up.
Your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything.
Come on, Martha.
Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
With a cast iron skillet. Are they not raising their hands? Come on, somebody. Anybody.
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword.
Yes.
I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it.
Yes.
I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Is this one guy still going to be a dick?
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it.
So do we have to
Promise me
fight, or
one
is this
thing,
just another
that you'll show them how freeborn fight.
side quest that's just like a little mini movie?
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me?
I just love the
I
sound
used
of
to
my
love
own
the
voice.
sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square. The perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Wait! They're here!
know what you must do. We work together. Everyone playing
It's
their
gonna be
part.
easy, I swear.
Each shielding the other that no man might fall. That East Pool might live on. For Rosaria.
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
Let's do our part. Come on. Let's go fight. Come on. Let's go do it.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
All right. Where do we go to fight?
The calm before the storm.
There they are. So many Akashic.
And here it comes. I will not let this village fall.
Boing. Boink.
It's over.
Oops. All right, new ones are approaching. Gosh, they are. Boink. Gotta be at least one more somewhere, right? Where is it? What are these guys? Woo! How does this actually work, anyways? Woo! Oh my, that was fun. I don't understand what I paid for with that dodging.
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
All right.
Half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in East Pool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us.
Okay.
I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the curl. Join me.
Okay, let's go after the curl.
If you're sure, my lord. May the
I'm
Founder
sure.
protect you.
I'm sure we got to go after the curl. Let's go. Let's go.
Where are you going? I'm going to pick a fight.
Let's go pick this fight. Where are we going? We got to head this way. All right, let's go. Yes. Got to go down this thing and head our way over that way.
Next one's mine.
All right. I could take my chocobo to get over there, but not that far away, in all honesty. Whoop, whoop. Do 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 do. All right. Yeah, I haven't done that holding down the thing for a while. All right, we're only 180 paces away, so. Womp, womp, womp. Very good. Very good. Very good. Save all of our specialty issues. Alright, so now we're in green sheaves. Where is this thing we have to fight? Coral!
There it is. With me, Torgal.
Woo! Boink. Do this. Okay, so he shoots those. Whoosh. Oh, I didn't get it in time. Dang it.
All yours, Torgal.
Womp, womp. Send me one of your little bolt thingies. Oh, I didn't do it at the right time. Now, do this. There we go. There we go. That was 21,000 in damage.
Nice try.
Dang you. Come on. Dang! Dang you! Trying to learn how to use this new ability. There we go. So that freezes them for a little bit. I see. Okay, then. Do this. Then I'll temporarily stagger her. Boom! There he goes. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Gotta learn that new SHIVA ability, you know? There's the coral whisker.
All right.
Is there anything else?
Back to Eastpool.
All right. Instant cutscene. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
Good.
I think it might.
Good. We did it.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you.
That's right.
You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us. And still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now. So we have to start acting like it.
That's right.
We have to fight to protect what's ours. To protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Right.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't going to rebuild itself.
All right, now the closing
They're not
statement.
slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he was still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too. And I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's Eastpudlian, Sir Wade.
Eastpudlian.
But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course. And I'll be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
Yes.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right. I will.
We'll just head straight back over there.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind Marshes?
Yes, I do.
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up, when the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor. I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage.
Nice.
Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
True friends, indeed. All right, so now we got to go back to Martha. So let's just take... Dang it, I keep pushing the wrong one. Down this way. Let's close out this side quest. Let's get our payment.
Hero return. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
Oh, just a side little, just a little thing we had to do.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again.
It is.
And a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, thinking for themselves, working for themselves. Like your Hideaway, but not even hidden away. Though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that. Reminds me of when I first met Sid. Old as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me.
Probably had differences in
He
opinions.
showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work, told me I was giving them relief but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled, and then he laughed, and then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing, to make life better for bearers, just like your dad.
Aww.
Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Aww.
Indeed, but the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Quest complete. Kindling the Flame 2. Martha's rest boards. Oh, okay, very good. Okay, so now we need to head over here to any other quests. Let's head this way. This is the Dalmill Inn. Let's go here. What do we have? Where is the quest? Right here. Figured it would be our man.
Take that, you naughty thief!
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure? I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them. Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
The two fictitious characters.
You Lord. Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil.
because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders.
So like, oh, school.
There may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm
Tell me
afraid
more.
The example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention, and they might have elected to take a similar
unified
approach.
bandits,
They
indeed.
have formed what one could call a league of outlaws, and they grow more organized by the day.
We'll fight them all off just like last time. No matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hills.
Run to
Our best hope
the
is to nip these efforts
hills.
of organization in the bud. By finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause, and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more?
Of course.
How could I
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from
Of course
my
he does.
scouts. Such an amenable soul. He reminds me of you.
I'll go and speak with him.
Let's go. Quest accepted. I don't even see what it was. Something like in the sand.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor?
A league of outlaws.
Interesting.
Looks like we have some competition.
All right, Victor.
Still in Dalamil, Victor.
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnus by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place, and having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits, and he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Conrad about how to organize our forces. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon, at as many camps as we can. We can't give this league of theirs time to rally its forces.
Right.
Which camp shall I take?
There's one upriver. Just out there, across the dunes.
Leave it with me.
All right, let's go. Isn't that right over there? No. Oh, okay. We're going this way. Let's go this way. The southern Velkeroy Desert. Do I have anything that makes the Flames of Rebirth load faster? So I've got Breath of Light reduces okay. Breath of Fire. Do I have a I want to know if I have one for Breath of the Inferno. Reduces flames. Oh, okay. So I do have it. Flames of Rebirth cooldown by 12 seconds. Okay. All right, never mind. I was thinking maybe I didn't have this one. Where am I going? I gotta go around here. Hey, guys. Okay, I don't know why I've never used that before. Boink. Very good. Very good indeed. Let's just take another one of these. What was that thing that was sitting there? Is that like a, Oh, that's one of them salamanders. I hate those things. Alright, so this bandit camp is down here by the river. Hello, fellers.
That must be the camp victim.
Maybe you need a little cold snap here in the desert?
That's him. The one who killed
Boink.
and Fingers. Take his head off. Farewell.
Boom! See if we can knock this guy out. Alright, some of them are already dead. Who's left? Oh, that's a great sound. Okay, that was easy enough.
I'd better let Victor know.
I better let Victor know.
Where are you?
Is there another one?
Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
None at all.
That's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalimil.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and his escape route took him right through Dalimil. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal.
Oh.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave. I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing. Lubor needs all the friends he can get right now.
You're right.
Sure. Let's go help him. I mean, in this world, wouldn't you want to like hide the fact that you were a bear?
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing.
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something. And quickly convince the people not to let their prejudices.
So we're going to go rocking around talking to people? Is that what this is going to be all about?
Nothing has changed. That their enemy lies outside these walls, not within them.
You're right. We should speak to everyone.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmek born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is.
Right, right.
They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most impartial of interlocutors. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can.
All right, let's talk to some peeps.
Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try.
And that is all I can ask of you.
All right, let's salvage the The credibility of Lubor is what we need to do. Okay. So there's somebody in here.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
He knew all along that he was playing us.
Forgive me for disturbing you, but could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right. I wanted to speak to you about Lubor.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what if his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this, at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil, and they will thank you not to get involved.
What's gonna happen to him? This is very unfortunate.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
Okay.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope. But
not much. There's always hope. You can always cling to hope.
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end. You'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie. That a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true. That was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them.
Interesting.
I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go,
Interesting.
Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone. Again.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
They would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves?
No.
I thought you were better than this, but it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
Oh, man.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. But where are my manners? Here. A reward for clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind. Thank you.
Man, this sucks. I didn't expect this one to be like... This is the first time we had a character actually that we enjoyed and that we liked suddenly has something bad happen to them. That's just very unfortunate. Well, man. Well, that was a good episode. We did a couple side quests. We're going to bring this episode to a close right here. Okay, that's really good. Fun. Side quests are fun because you get so much lore, so much expansion of the story. That's what I'm about, story-based games. So I don't have any regrets for doing this one, and we still have a few more to do before we can continue on the story. So that will be for next time. So thank you for joining me on this journey, and until next time, take care, everyone. Bye.